Hello folks, this is Alex Fleury with RealWorldEndo, and this tutorial is about a question I get quite often in these courses, these continuing education courses. People concerned about the accuracy of the apex locator. Now I hear people saying, uh, I have an apex locator, last generation, and sometimes it works. Now if it works sometimes, I'd just like to say it doesn't, because it needs to be reliable. It needs to be reliable to the point that you almost don't need an x-ray to confirm anything. That's what you want from an apex locator. It can't be like a radar detector that works sometimes. It needs to work. And this tutorial is about that. Let's see how we can make this thing work for you well enough so you can determine where that major constriction is apically. That's what you're going to clean, shape, and feel the tooth anyway. Too. Now here's a precision apex locator. This is from NSK Brasler in action, and I think these numbers here don't mean anything, but when you get to this precision zone here, it kind of gives you a good idea where the apex should be. If you go beyond 0 here, you see this little sad molar? That means you're reading PDL. Now, when I went to dental school, that was a major crime. You should never touch PDL. No way. Now, not so anymore. Most people are not concerned about that anymore. And reading PDL is actually what makes this little machine work. It's the main clue to make the apex locator, which by the way should be called constriction locator. It doesn't locate the apex, but the constriction. That is what makes it work. If you go down here, these numbers, and just ignore it until you barely touch your PDL beyond 0, or if you're using a RealWorldEndo, it will be that red zone. By pulling back and stopping in the precision zone, in this neighborhood here, you will be at the constriction about 97% of the time. Now, how do I know that number? Well, I like to quote this study here from these folks. It was published actually in 2009, so it's fairly recent. The consistency of an apex locator function. And this is a clinical study, so it's pretty accurate in what they're